What if the real issue isn't that we don't understand poverty, but that we haven't committed to disrupting it through leadership that delivers results? Good morning, and welcome to Disrupting Poverty Through Leadership That Delivers Results AM Talk Show, where conversation meets accountability. I'm your host, Dr. Tekemia Dorsey, and this platform is designed for one purpose: to move from awareness to measurable outcomes. This episode is titled From Awareness to Action. Let's be honest, there is no shortage of conversations about poverty, panels, reports, initiatives, even funding. And yet, the outcome remains inconsistent. So, the real question is not, do we care? The real question is, are we leading in a way that actually disrupts poverty? Again, the real question is not, do we care? It's, are we leading in a way that actually disrupts poverty? As professionals and decision makers, we have to examine this. Are we producing activity, or are we producing results? Let's move from acknowledging the problem to understanding what leadership that delivers results actually requires. Because there is a distinct difference. You can understand something, but if you're not delivering results that is actionable and measurable, you're just understanding it. One of the biggest leadership gaps is a lack of precision. We talk about poverty as if it's one issue, but it's not. Poverty looks different from everyone, regardless of race, religion, background, socioeconomic status, title, household, geographic location. In other words, poverty is layered. Poverty is income instability, it's workforce access or lack of access, it's education and credential gaps, transportation and infrastructure barriers. And here's the truth: if you cannot define the barrier precisely, you cannot disrupt it effectively. If you cannot define the barrier precisely, you cannot disrupt it effectively. And when we're talking about poverty, most people cannot pinpoint the barrier because there are so many. But even the ones that feel like they have the barrier nailed, there are still gaps in finding the right way to disrupt it effectively. As leaders, we must stop generalizing and really start targeting what the issue is and what poverty looks like for those we serve. Once we define the problem clearly, the next question becomes, are we building programs or are we building systems? Too often, organizations rely on programs that create temporary impact. But temporary impact does not disrupt poverty. Systems do. If your solution ends when the funding ends, it was never a solution, it was a moment. Leadership that delivers results aligns hiring with underserved communities, build workforce pipelines, not one time opportunities, embeds equity into operational decisions. And this is about building infrastructure for opportunity. And systems without accountability don't sustain. Let's be clear. What gets measured gets prioritized. And too many organizations are measuring the wrong things. Not attendance, not participation, outcomes. We should be tracking job placement, wage growth, retention, advancement. Because success is not showing up. Success is what changes after. Now, let's talk about power. Because leadership is ultimately about decisions. Every leader has influence. But the question is, how are you using it? Every decision either expands opportunity or reinforces barriers. Consider this. Are you hiring? Who are you promoting? Who are you contracting with? Poverty disruption doesn't just happen through funding. It happens through access. And finally, none of this works if the right voices are missing. You cannot solve for communities you are not accountable to. The people closest to the problem are closest to the solution. That means co-creating strategies, building feedback loops, sharing decision-making power. That's not about leading for communities. It's about leading with them. Now, let's bring all of this into focus. If you are a leader watching this, here's your challenge. Identify one barrier within your control. Define one measurable outcome within the next 90 days. Change one leadership decision to reflect equity in action. Don't worry. I'm going to repeat it. If you are a leader watching this, here is your challenge or your challenges. Identify one barrier within your control. Identify one measurable outcome within the next 90 days. And change one leadership decision to reflect equity in action. Because at the end of the day, awareness is not the goal. Results are. Leadership is not defined about what you say about poverty. It is defined about what changes because of your leadership. If this episode challenged your thinking, then we're doing the right work. Follow Disrupting Poverty Leadership That Deliver Results AM Talk Show. Share one action you're committing to in the comments And tag a leader who is already moving from awareness to results. Because disrupting poverty is not a moment, it's a leadership decision. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. And until then, have a great day and keep disrupting through your actions that leads to positive results.